Did we lose lag?
Yeah, my camera froze, so I'm just gonna go with it because I heard these snickers, so I figured that means that we're live. So, hello everyone, and welcome to. There we go. Hey, we got cameras that are working again.
Not on our side.
Yeah, that's all right. You're frozen on mine. I'm frozen on yours.
You're looking off the screen, looking very bored. At the moment.
I know. I'm so bored with this.
He has a
Can you
Sears
tell?
catalog pose going on. Like,
Can you tell? Can you tell? It's pretty easy to tell that, right?
Lagwyn is wearing a plaid shirt.
Oh, thank you, Caramon, for print screening my not happy situation. I think I'm going to fix this. But anyway, in the
That's all
meantime,
pose.
welcome
Like,
to episode 74 of the Chronicles of Tyria podcast, Guild Wars 2 podcast, for fans, by fans.
Lagwyn's gone.
I'm Lagwyn in a pretty awesome pose. So there I go. Boom. Goodbye. And I'll be coming back. Maybe. Maybe I won't be. We don't know. We'll find out.
That's what
This
you
is
get
fun.
for trying to scream the stream on an Xbox.
I'm having fun with it. I'm having a great. You know what? So far, it's a great day.
Sounds like you're having
Like
one.
a robot.
You're a robot.
Straight the feels, the digital.
I know. You're a robot. You don't have feelings, right? I mean, that's a thing.
Come back to us. There we go. Here's Super Grainy Lagwyn. You see
I'm
him in
okay
his
with it.
habitat.
I'm grainy. I'm having it. You know what? There's a podcast sitting on a couch. This is sitting on a recliner. Sore. Sitting on a recliner podcast. And I'm okay with it.
Everyone, Microsoft.
That's right.
Hey,
It looks great on my screen. You guys coming in nice and clear. I'm coming in nice and clear. I'm having fun with it.
Yeah, well, your Xbox is lying to you. There we go. Now it's not as bad.
Yay!
See? It just took a little bit.
Back. So
Anyway.
Whispered. Hold on.
Huh?
Nothing.
Sorry, couldn't hear you.
That's okay.
But anyway,
your
we
Xbox.
have a show that we do
Yes.
sometimes.
About Guild Wars 2. Hey,
About
by the
Gu-
way,
it's-
welcome back.
Yes.
Yeah. How was last week? I had a good time with family on Thanksgiving, so that was fun.
Yeah.
And I went shopping Black Friday.
Sweet.
Lots of deals, all the deals.
You're still alive, so that is good.
Yeah.
Well, you know, it's not my first rodeo, you know. I'm a Black Friday vet, so. But anyway, so we're going to be talking about the patch that's going to be coming out next week, which is for Winter's Day, because they revealed it earlier. Actually, it was yesterday, not Tuesday. They had delayed it for a day, which is also a really important patch, because not only is it Winter's Day, but it's the last patch we're going to get this year. How about that?
Oh, that's true.
We won't be getting another Guild Wars 2 update until sometime in January.
Cool.
So, I'm really okay with that.
Yeah, me too.
I could use a break from the 2 week, and maybe it'll set a good precedent. Like, they'll stop doing it.
It'll be nice for people to have a chance to like actually enjoy the Winter's Day stuff.
Yes. Like I feel like that was a problem with Halloween, is that we had like the living content at the same time, so it was kind of distracting.
Right.
I would agree with that. So, you know, we'll see. We still have... Oh, we're starting to... I got a Twitch ad playing in my background, so that's fun. Even though it's muted, so go figure. There we go. Got it. It was an Anchorman 2, though, so that's exciting.
Oh, that's always fun.
Are you guys excited? Anchorman 2?
Extremely.
Yeah.
So, anyway, Naveen, the show is brought to you by a meme, right? Remember that thing we do?
This CoTPodcast episode is brought to you by the meme. The same one as last week and the week before. Brace yourself. Winter's Day is coming. Why? Because I just got home.
Also, Winter's Day is coming.
No time
Yes,
to
it
make
is.
memes. Yeah, also Winter's Day is coming in 5 days. So,
Oh, I think I'm frozen again.
Yes.
yep.
Next
That's
week
okay.
we should use Winter's Day came last week.
Oh, that sounds awesome. I'm totally down for that.
All right.
See, that's how, I'm so down for it that I just unfroze. So there you go.
All right.
How about that? But we actually got a decent amount of, we got quite, at least two, right? Two responses to the question of the week. So that's fun. Naveen, why don't you talk about it? Because I wasn't here to ask it last week.
All right. So I don't know if it's possible for you to lower your headset's sound because we can hear ourselves.
Really? Interesting.
Yes. Oh, but now you sound quieter.
Well, I moved the mic away from my face.
Oh, that's why. Okay. Okay, so we had a question of the week. Last week was from Time Left Twitch, who said, "Who other than Winter's Day, what living story content could come in December?" And we got one mail answer and two on Twitter. So I'll read the ones on Twitter, and then I guess Bromms can read the one from Marnik that we got.
Sounds good.
So the first one was from Clouded, and he said, Scarlet steals. Scarlet steals all the children's toys, but then her heart grows 3 sizes bigger, and Tyria is saved. It's
The
awesome.
Scarlet that stole Winter's Day.
And then we have the answer from Evie, who said Scarlet is attacking / controlling / manipulating / otherwise involved with Tix's toys, which would make sense because she's always doing that. But there's no update next week, so nothing's gonna happen. Or maybe
We're gonna have
That's true.
toxic princess dolls.
that would be super scary.
That'd be the worst
rage
enemy
quitty. Yeah.
in all of Guild Wars.
All right, and from Marnik we got, "Hey cast, what content should come? Winter's Day is a pretty busy time in the year, so I'd appreciate a bit of permanent stuff. A new instrument or two. Ascended armor or precursor hunt, new skills, World v World improvements, new guild missions, mini activities, dungeon gambits. I don't really care as long as I can be with my loved ones in the next month and completely forget about Guild Wars 2 for a few days. I hardly have any achievements from last year. The schedule was so tight and with a required dungeon every single day for the most important week in the year, that's just brutal. Whatever happens during Winter's Day, I'm skipping it anyways." Fair enough, Marnik.
Well,
All right.
good news, Marnik. Nothing's gonna happen. So
It's true.
Yeah, you will have a month basically to do it all. So
Oh, shit. I just got called upstairs. But before I go,
Okay.
I have no shout-outs. So I'm going to go run upstairs and see what my wife needs. Shout-outs. Go.
all right.
do you have a shout out, Bromms?
I don't this week actually. No. What about you, Naveen?
Awkward. No one has shout outs. I have 0 shout outs. So I'll just make up some.
You know what? I have a shout out actually. I'm going to give a shout out to you, Naveen, because I got a very awesome Christmas card from you and I appreciate it. And this cool button up here on my head. So, thank you and Merry Christmas.
You're welcome. Merry Christmas, Bromms. Yeah, I had like 20 pins to send. I'd ordered 20 because that's all my budget could afford. So, but all those who asked for a Christmas card this year, because I always do that every year. Well, can't say always because I started last year, but the
So
first.
you're on track to doing it every year, yes.
Yeah, I am. So the first 20 people to answer that forum thread, and I was posted in like on Twitter, on Facebook, they all got buttons. Bromms, you didn't answer, but I already had your address, so you weren't the first ones in the list. You just got lucky. Other than that, this feedback is killing me.
It's pretty cool.
Does anyone in the chat room have any shout-outs that you'd like to say? Oh, hey, sweetie. He's in the chat room. Shout out to you. He wants to shout out. Just because he's awesome. Oh, yeah, for being a super meat shield. But last week I gave him a shout out too because he pretty much soloed every bosses in the fractals that we were at. We're all that. Shut up, Kitty! Oh my god! I don't know if you can hear her. She's really annoying. You're welcome, everyone who says thank you in the chat room for the pin button / whatever. Shout out to Naveen for being awesome. Doesn't count. It's from my husband. Shout out to Bromms for being fantastic.
Technically, you want your husband to shout out that you're awesome because that's good. If he was like, shout out to Naveen because she's not very nice, then you'd be sad, you know?
Shout out to Naveen because she sucks. Shout out. It's okay. I'll just buy the pin. Aw, I'm sorry, girl. Brownie points. Shout out for Lag while he's not here. Quick. No one wants to shout out to Lag. Like, shout out to trying to podcasting while being on Xbox. And he thinks everything's going well, but look, he's not even there, and his picture is still there.
But he's looking good doing it.
And we have a show with feedback on it. I'm not happy. Does it show? That's okay. I'm not happy this week. Totally. I'm not happy. I'm not angry. I'm annoyed.
It's okay, Naveen. Think about Christmas and Winter's Day. Yay! Happy.
Well, that's going to be fun. Sweet.
Yeah, see? Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
Ala Carnolina says, feedback is terrible. I hate mesmers.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
All right, so...
Well, yeah, while Lag is gone,
Yeah.
I guess I should mention we recorded a new COT Versus, which was the Clone Wars, Mesmer versus Mesmer. It was it was very interesting because neither of us are very good at Mesmer, which is quite obvious if you watch the video. So yeah, check it out. And if you have any suggestions on any themes or builds we could do, please let us know. We would be more than happy to try those out. So.
That is super creepy, Lag. I'm not there.
I was channeling my inner Jolinar.
Did you just come downstairs while running? Because we can't tell at all. Shut up, Kitty! Oh, God. Can we put a mute button on the damn cat?
Is that a thing? You should do that.
Mm-hmm.
It's called a knife to the neck.
Wow. Wow.
Ow!
Okay, I'm done with this show. I'm not good for the public today. Sorry.
I'm frozen again.
You've been frozen since forever. You've been feedbacking. You've been streaming from an Xbox. Can I flip a table?
I'm having a great time. This is fun for me.
Yeah, I bet it is.
Also, it's fun for me on a very small note because you're already so frustrated that it makes you that much more frustrated, which is funny for me and for the viewers.
No, it isn't. They're going to be like, oh, well, that Naveen chick isn't all that nice for a Canadian.
For a Canadian.
We're breaking down the stereotype walls, okay? You know,
You You're back!
Shout out to Karamon because he just said that wouldn't happen with a PS4. Bam!
Oh, shots.
Yeah, it was too busy with all the people having sex on Twitch streaming it through their PS4, so they had to shut it down. What?
I know. That was crazy. I read about that. It's massive.
Why don't I ever hear about these things until after
the dude's wife was drunk, and he stripped off all her clothes while she was passed out drunk, and then turned this Twitch stream back on and walked away, and his drunk, naked wife is just streaming on the internet for people to look at.
Yep.
Classy class.
My husband says that I'm not nice, that I hit him. He's right. Anyways.
Social services, do not watch this show.
Yes, please.
People are going to feel my frustration, and if they're listening at work or in the car, they're going to cause a wreck or lose their jobs. I should quit just now. I quit life.
All right, guys, it was a great show. Thanks. We'll see you next week.
We're exuding optimism out of every... I don't know, something.
Oh my God. Snap out of it and be the nice, happy person you were once. I'm out of coffee.
Uh-oh.
Sucks.
Anyway. Yes. I heard Bromms talking about the COT verses there, so...
Yeah.
Suggestions, please.
Yes.
Even if it's just which profession to fight which profession next.
I'd like to see my husband play against himself.
Is that possible?
No one can beat him except him.
Can he beat himself if no one can beat him?
There can be only one.
That's our new question of the week.
Can someone beat himself up in Guild Wars? What?
What is the sound of one Canadian hitting himself?
He's not Canadian.
Sorry.
Well, he is kind of right now.
He's a permanent citizen. No, permanent resident.
It's all the same.
It's not a citizen. Still is. Who cares? Guild Wars 2, man.
Right, so let's talk some COT related news. We got a bunch.
No,
Yes.
we don't.
We have this kind of art contest thing going on right now, and we need your help. We want to come out with, through our Cafe Press store, a COT calendar. So a calendar for the year of 2014, 8.5 by 11 calendar, and we want to showcase. We opened it up to our guild, but I'm opening it up to anybody that's listening to this now because we're not getting any responses. So the more the merrier on this. We want to showcase the artist's talent of Guild Wars 2. So basically what we're doing is we have a thread about it on our forums, which we'll link in the description. But we are asking people to submit a sample of their art. And then once we get all the samples together, which is going on for about another week, next Wednesday, I think and next Wednesday at midnight is when we're closing it. So a sample of your art. You don't have to draw something new. If you have some art, just send us an example of it, and then we'll gather that all together. And we've got a team that's going to go through and pick out the 12 best people, one for each month, and then we're kind of going to do a live drawing, and then say, okay, this person gets this month, because obviously people are probably going to fight over months like October and December to get things like Halloween and Winter's Day to be able to draw something that themed for the calendar. So once it's gonna close next Wednesday at midnight, ideally if we get enough people, and then you've got until like the 31st or the 1st of January to submit something to go inside the calendar, and then I'll take like a day, put it all together, and then we'll put it out to the public for people to buy. Because that way it'll show artists of Guild Wars 2, because we can't use there is no Guild Wars 2 calendar, which I think is a stupid thing. ANET could make so much money on some simple little office related things like a calendar. I would buy it. Would you guys buy it?
Probably.
Like a monthly Guild Wars 2 calendar?
Listen.
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say it'd be cool if they threw a bunch of the splash art for the different events throughout the year on a calendar. Yeah, absolutely, I'd buy that.
What were you gonna say, Naveen?
No, nothing. Don't want to be a negative Nancy. I'm already being a negative Naveen.
People are saying in the chat, like, I'll draw a stick figure, I'll draw a Quaggan stick figure, whatever. I said art. If nobody submits and we get 4 stick figure artists that are, and then like 8 awesome artists, your stick figure art may be featured. I'm just saying.
I mean, the thing to remember is that it's a calendar for the community. So like if you're not a great artist, but you draw something that people in the guild can enjoy, or just anything. I mean, it's about our community. It's not about like who draws the best stuff. So yeah, I would buy a calendar with stick drawings in it. Why not? It's awesome. It's from people that we know.
I mean, how many websites like Cyanide and Happiness and things like that are webcomics basically about stick figures? And they do great.
Yeah.
It's because they're
Order
funny.
of the Stick. Yeah. Well, funny Quaggan stick figures could be funny.
Yes, and redundant.
And redundant. Redundantly funny.
Redundantly funny.
Listen,
So,
I have an amazing Zelda calendar on my wall that is still there, and I could actually show it to you. Okay, it's right there. See, it says January.
No.
That's January.
No, we
Wrong-
don't
wrong-
see. Wrong camera.
No, on the Twitch. On the Twitch. Look on the
oh.
Twitch.
Okay,
I'm
yeah.
sorry. That's January 2013. I never changed the pages. Never.
Maybe you would change them if it was Guild Wars 2.
Probably not.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, for other people that change their calendars.
That are happy and nice people. Not Naveen.
Wow. Seriously.
Naveen is happy and nice.
I
She's
need-
just
I need
putting
Prozac.
on her frustrated face today.
I need a punching bag is what I need.
But anyway.
You guys
it's,
are it. So suck it.
Yes.
I mean, I love you.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's one thing that we've got going on. Was we'd like your art. Submit your art to hosts, HOSTS, at chroniclesoteria.com. Again, if you don't have any art to show for us as a sample, then you can obviously draw something, and if you want that to also be the thing that you want to submit for later on, that's fine. I just figure a lot of people that are artsy type people have a DeviantArt page or something like that where they can say, look, this is what I've done. And then we're like, oh, we really like that person's style and this person's style, and that stick figure looks awesome, so they're going in the calendar. And then from there.
Out of curiosity, I suppose we're not allowed to use screenshots from the game, right?
No.
No, we
Okay.
can't do that. Because
Darn.
that's encroaching on copyright
What if you
lawsuits
take a
from
screenshot
ArenaNet.
and trace it?
Well, technically,
Oh.
no, because if. I don't know. Because we're not reselling it to the whole. But we kind of are, right?
Yeah. I mean, essentially, yes, because we're not restricting it just to certain people.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think it'd be illegal.
We're restricting it to people that buy it. So there. People
Yeah.
that don't buy it are not allowed.
All right.
Nice logic. That's
Thank
cool.
you. Thank you.
Yeah. Again, people are pretty creative, especially the artsy types. So we trust your judgment in coming up with something. If you want to go completely crazy, like Alec Cartolina in the chat mentioned, you could always use like a backdrop from the game and then like distort it so it doesn't really look like a screenshot from the game as a backdrop for whatever your art is.
Yeah.
Just so you know, the default, again, we'll put it's kind of out there, but
Photoshop filters.
there's it needs to be I'll have to get back. We'll put it in the description, the image specifics for what size image. It's going to be an 8.5 by 11 image, but what DPI it needs to be drawn in.
I'm just gonna
And-
submit a white piece of paper, and it's gonna be my drawing of Frostgorge Sound. Perfect.
I like it. It's minimalist.
Exactly.
Um,
Exactly.
But yeah, just again as a little bit of an aside, it is a white background. Like the page itself will be white. So if you don't put a background or anything, it'll just be on a white field because that's what color the calendar paper is. All right, moving on. We are having it was going to be Winter's Day, but it's probably going to be end of the year Winter's Day. It's cold
Technically-
outside. COT party.
Technically, it's still
Yeah.
winter. Doesn't. Yeah.
It's still winter, but it's not Winter's Day. So it's a
winter's
winter.
month party.
Winter is coming. Game of Thrones, Winter's Guild Wars. It's cold outside. Yay! Let's have a party.
Cool.
We haven't really heard any feedback, so we're going with January 11th as the date, which is a Saturday.
Cool.
Time still to be determined. Naveen might say something to change that.
No.
No. Okay.
Unless you want me to.
No, January 11th. It's a Saturday. We threw a party, a COT anniversary party for the anniversary of kind of the podcast and the creation of the guild earlier this year, and it was a huge hit. But it's not open to just COT members. It's open to anybody out there that wants to come and have a good time. We know what a couple of things are going to do. We did a raffle. Last time I ran a raffle. We ended up raising 68 gold. So it was a 50-50 raffle. So the winner got half, and the other half kind of went to basically to fund this party. So we've got at least 30-something gold here to fund this party. We're going to be doing a costume contest where we've got an art team, and we did was it one of each race? Yeah, we did 5 different costumes, one of each race. The winner was then picked, and then they were drawn by one of our artists, which is actually what the, I guess that's the 2 through 6 drawing with Joel's, were those winners of that costume contest she drew. So that was cool. They also got another prize besides that. We're going to do a race around an undetermined map. The winner of the race will get some sort of in-game prize. Bromms, you want to kind of talk about the play? Because I don't really know exactly what you were planning on doing for that.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much just that. We're going to try to put on a play that goes through some of the events from the original Guild Wars 1. Yeah, I mean, I haven't really posted anything about it, but if people are interested, they're welcome to go on the forums and sign up. There's a thread from last year that has it in there. You can kind of read through it and
okay, I can move that over.
Go through that. But yeah, I definitely we're gonna need people for it because we're doing like special effects and stuff. So yeah, if anyone's interested, just let me know or post on the forum or whatever.
We also did our own homemade version of Mad King Says, which was Mad Queen Joel that we did last time, and that was also a huge hit. So we're gonna bring that back.
It was awesome. Yeah,
but that's basically recycling, which is fine. We're gonna basically do everything we did for the previous party again. But we were looking for any new ideas that anybody has for interesting things to do for a party. If you want to keep it kind of wintry themed, since it's kind of the theme of the party, kind of.
Jesus.
Are you okay?
Yep. Awesome. Peachy.
So yeah, that's what we're looking for ideas. If you're really super nice and you want to give us things to give away, that's cool too. But if not, we have a guild bank full of mini pets and dyes and skins, and I think we even have in my inbox, thanks to I feel awful because I can't remember who sent it to me, but I have it and I will give you credit. I have a code for a mini Mr. Sparkles to give away.
Isn't that Adam Lean that?
Yes, it is actually. That's right.
Yeah.
We didn't give that away yet, did we?
No. I wasn't even aware that you have that. Tully told me. And I was like, well, that's nice of lagywn to tell me.
Man, she is just peach tonight.
Fire in my mouth.
Hey, Naveen, Lag has a code for a mini Mr. Sparkles. I thought you'd like to know. Just in case.
I was waiting for us to really do something to give it away for. I figured if we were going to do any like podcast related giveaways, we would do,
I thought that was the whole thing why he gave you a code for the podcast.
Maybe
or
we'll
so
keep
Tully
it for that.
said.
Well,
I don't know. Tully lies a lot.
He's a big troll.
He lies a lot sometimes.
The party last time was awesome, and if we had a bunch of people in the guild that watched the show come, you'll have a good time, guaranteed. So come and hang out with us.
Yeah, we're on Tarnished Coast, obviously, and it ran all the way into about I forget when we started, but it ran to about 8 o'clock on that Saturday, which is when we usually do our weekly guild missions. So it ran right into that, and if you want to hang around for that as well, you're also welcome. So
yes, indeed.
So that was pretty much it, I think, on the COT front. Did you guys have anything else you wanted to talk about that we've got going on?
I don't think so.
I was so busy this week that
It's fine. We're working through, again, I know the Lorecast hasn't been happening, but we're working through a couple new ideas, which you may even see as early as next week. You may not, so I'm not going to say it's definite. But it's going to be pretty cool if it happens. So when it happens.
Yes, it is going to happen. It's just a matter of when.
When we're ready.
Exactly.
Right.
Yes, it'll happen when it's ready. Okay, so let's move on. We got there was actually a surprising bit of news kind of stuff came out this week, even though I feel like that was necessary. If they're like, hey, look at all this stuff. Also, there's no new stuff for 6 weeks.
Right.
So let's wow them up front. But I feel like maybe they should have staggered that a little bit. Like, here's some stuff, and here's some more stuff. Um, did you guys, speaking of Mr. Sparkles, did you guys hear about the Winter's Day rewards program for the gem store?
Yes.
Naveen?
Uh-huh.
Naveen's
Bromms, do you want to talk about it?
Cool. Sure, I'd
No.
love to talk about it. Basically, they're having a promotion for this month where if you spend money and buy gems, you can get rewards. So this goes until the 31st of December. If you buy 800 gems, you'll get a green Quaggan backpack cover, which is the only way you can get that one. And if you spend 4,000 gems, you can get a mini Mr. Sparkles. And that's
on
you don't have to
top
buy
of-
that. Yeah, that's on top of the backpack as well. And you don't have to buy those all at the same time. It's basically just throughout the whole month of December. If you buy that many gems, you get those rewards.
And I really love this concept. I also wish this had happened from the start of the game. A rewards program. You know how many rewards I would have?
Probably
Answer
two.
is a lot.
Yeah.
Too many. Too many is the answer.
Lagywn actually paid for Ruby Bayer's full annual salary.
I'm a really nice guy. I don't know. I'm like Naveen. I'm a very nice guy.
Oh, did you say I was nice?
He actually, I think he said you weren't a nice guy.
I
But that's
was
because
a
you're not
nice
a
guy.
guy. You're a nice girl.
What do you call
Anyway.
me, guy?
No. I don't know if you recall, but months and months and months and months ago, when the first blue Quaggan backpack was released, they mined a data mine. And I think this was before we were doing a section on the show about it. It was data mined. The blue one, pink one, killer whale, and green were all mined way back then.
Mm-hmm.
And they finally all have come out.
So that means next year we're gonna have the paper bag faces.
Probably.
Yeah. We're going to move on. This is just negative.
They did
I'm
something
just saying
similar.
something.
No, I know, but your face says otherwise.
Well, my
Paper bag
face
skins.
is just
Grumpy
those
Naveen.
paper bag faces.
I think they did something similar, like with those the kites during the Aether retreat, or the Ether, whatever it was, the retreat thing. I always forget the name of that. But
Yeah, that thing.
that thing with the flying ship that was awesome.
The Zephyrite, yeah.
Zephyrite, thank you. There we go. It's one of those words. I had the letters not anywhere close, but you know.
No, always.
But yeah, I think if
those.
you spent gems during a certain period, then you got that kite for free.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't think it's a stretch to not have to save it for special. Like, why can't you do that monthly?
Mhm.
I mean, these rewards, are you really going to gyp yourself out of, what is it, 400, 800 gems for a green Quaggan backpack? You know, like,
Yeah.
you could just reskin the Quaggans in every color of the rainbow once a month. As like, if you spend 800 gems, you get a different rainbow colored Quaggan. And people would still be, like, you know, you might not care about it, but you get it for free, and things for
It's still
free everybody
stuff.
likes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be great if they included like transmutation crystals in those bonuses, because then I'd buy stuff all the time. Well, not really.
You could
'cause
just
I don't
buy
have-
transmutation crystals.
Yeah, but it's better to get them for free.
Yep, that's
It's all.
can't
It's
argue
a
with that
mental
logic.
thing. Thank you. Exactly. It's a mental.
New holiday items in the gem store.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff we mined, which was the Grenth and the Stag Helm.
Yes.
What do you guys think about those now that they're in the game?
They suck.
The stag helm is cool for people that. You okay there, like?
Totally, it's all right.
Yeah, good. The stag helm is really good for people that want that like Nornie look, but they don't play a Nornie.
Yeah. I hate when people don't play their nornies.
No.
That is totally the title of the show.
But
hate
Gret
when
Hood looks
people-
really cool. I
Bromms, are
was
you
thinking-
okay? You're acting kind of norny.
I can't help it. Sometimes when I'm on the show, I just get Nornie.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Grenthwoods, right? They're cool, but I don't have any characters that I can really use them on. but I like them. They're really cool. Yeah, that was a good thought. That all got up.
I'm glad I set that up for you because that
Yes,
was.
thank you.
You're
was
welcome.
like
That was.
you set up the layup and it kind of bounced off the rim a couple times and like fell around and then went in.
It's all right though.
Ah, nice.
But yes, I agree. I don't. The Grenth helm is really cool in theory.
In
But
theory.
me and you talked about this, Bromms. I spend a hell of a lot of time building my characters, like making them look the way I like, and then I don't want to cover that up with a freaking Grenth face.
Yeah.
Unless I'm like, oh, I make a character and I'm like, well, he's the Phantom of Tyria, so he hides his face.
Yeah, it's really cool for like necromancers and stuff. I mean, I'm kind of the same way. I usually don't cover up my character's face, but for the right theme, I think it's really cool, and I like it. I mean, it's a cool helmet. It's just like my ranger. It's not gonna fit on my ranger, unfortunately. But
My husband got that freaking Grenth Max thing, and there's so many clipping issues with his back items, and because there has like a little cape thing going on, and so it's like, oh, this looks super good. Like, look, sweetie, look, what do you think? And I'm like, back in my head, it was like, oh my god, it sucks so much. I'm like, yeah, it's nice.
I like where they're going with it. Like, I really like that that's a callback to Guild Wars 1, and that's awesome.
yeah.
Yeah.
But, like, I think I'd rather have, like, Dwayna wings kind of a thing going on. You know? Like the feathery Dwayna wings as a back item, or, like...
I heard that
can't
the
think
one
of
they're gonna
anything
do
else.
for Cormier is it just blacks your screen out. It's gonna be awesome. Okay. So anyway,
For those who have not played Guild Wars 1, Cormier was blind. They didn't during the game.
Well, I was
could
either
not
going to
see.
say it was that, or you just don't get to play the game anymore. It just does everything for you.
yes.
You know.
What?
Yeah. So anyway, we're going to keep moving on. The minis. Okay, let's talk about the mini pets.
Okay, those are freaking
'Cause-
cute.
Yeah.
I went out and I bought 2 sets of these immediately so I could have the mini Doliac calf. And also, frickin' Beagle puppy. That's like a Beagle puppy. I love dogs, and Beagles are my favorite kind of dog. So I think Annette's been either stalking me or they just really want to make me happy. Which either one, I'm strangely okay with. So
Yeah.
No, they were like, how can we raise our, finances this month? Well, there's an easy answer. Dogs, feline stuff, and animals. And people are going to go crazy and buy them all. And the Arctic fox is so cute. How can
yes, I
you
know.
not get it?
I
I
want one
like
in real life.
I like these ones quite a
weird.
bit. My this is just a
Dog
personal
and a cat
annoyance.
mixed together.
Shh,
What?
Brahms is
Sorry.
speaking.
Oh, no, it's okay, Leg. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I was having a fight with Naveen.
Oh, okay. Guys, stop it, guys. I really am not personally happy with how you get how you have to combine a full pack to get another mini, but I understand why they're doing that from a financial standpoint. It makes perfect sense. But I was looking through my minis today, and I have a bunch of stuff from. You okay?
Yeah, no, Ala Carolina put a picture comparison of the Beagle mini and the real Beagle in life. And it says, nailed it. It's all sorts of wrong.
Awesome. What? That's awesome.
Yeah,
That
sorry.
is cute, though. No, you're fine. But yeah, that was
know.
it, really. It stinks that, because what is it this time? A Doliac is the one you combine them with?
A mini
And
Doliac cat.
Of course,
yeah.
the thing is, the cutest freaking thing I've ever seen in my entire life, but it's like, you gotta put all these things together.
Hey, man, it got me.
I know.
It's gotten me almost every single time.
Yeah.
One time, I didn't do it for the Super Adventure Box once.
Yeah.
I don't remember what it was, but I didn't do it
It
for
was
that.
the
I did it for
ninja.
I did it for Halloween both times though, because the mini chainsaw skeleton and the mini Carlotta are pretty cool. So, but anyway,
Whatever.
um, I would like to rescind my statement from about 2 weeks ago, where I was just, or 3, 4 weeks ago, whatever it was, where I just bitched about Scarlet for like the whole show. Um, because I watched one of Wooden Potato's more recent videos, and we'll link it in the description. It's called the Scarlet is a Scapegoat video. And I highly, highly recommend anybody who's a fan or not a fan, what have you,
So anyone.
of, yeah, anybody, everybody that watches this show or plays Guild Wars 2, you should watch that video. Because I feel like, at least, it does a very good job of explaining the living story and Scarlet, and it really made me rethink. Like, I remember watching the beginning of it, and I was like, oh, I don't like where this is going. You are a jerk, sir. I hate you and your stupid lore face. But it really, really opened my eyes that it's not. I don't hate Scarlet. I hate what she represents, like, for the living story. It could have been anybody, and I probably wouldn't have liked them. Scarlet just happened to be the scapegoat for this. If it was somebody else, it wouldn't matter.
Okay, so anyone who is not English and doesn't know what a scapegoat is, what is that?
Is that really a thing? Like,
I don't know what a
really?
scapegoat is.
Oh, it's something that you put the blame on.
It's a cat butt in
Yeah.
my face. Shit. What the? Sorry. What?
It's something that is basically, its sole purpose is to take the blame for something else.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So I agree completely that it's not. And he talks a lot about how, through various studies and things, that kind of insane character like the Joker or Harley Quinn or what Scarlet is, that people respond well to that and accept that because they can kind of relate to what's wrong with that character. And I agree with that. And, he just makes a lot of good points that it's just the way, and he talks about the way the living story has been developed and the process that it's been over these past few months and different ways that they could have changed just little things to make it be more well received by all. And I agree. He also talks about how thankful he is that they haven't gone back and dealt with any Guild Wars 1 lore stuff, because he doesn't think that they could do it justice the way that they're having the content roll out now. And I gotta agree with him. I'm thankful that they've used this kind of crappy storyline with Scarlet to work out all the kinks of their system. And if they do, and I hope they don't, but if they do continue the living story into next year, we got all of the bugs and kinks out of this system with something that I don't really care about. And that way, when they get to the stuff that I do care about, like the Elder Dragons or what have you, it'll be where it should be. And I'm really actually very thankful and okay with that. I don't know about you guys.
The last patch that came out with Scarlet, I really liked what they did with it. Like, for me, I think I was talking to you about this, Lag, but when I saw the story stuff and even just like the party we were in, we were like freaking out at the end of it because there was so much stuff that they revealed, and like everyone was really excited about what we had just found out about a couple things. So I feel like it's kind of all starting to come together now. Like it felt really separated, and now it's kind of all starting to make sense. So it feels like it's getting there for me anyway. But they definitely have made some mistakes with the living story, and they're doing a better job with it. So in that respect, yeah, I mean, I guess it's good that they didn't do that with the Guild Wars 1 stuff, because I think a lot of people would have been really upset about it. But I like where it's going now and where it went with this last patch. So yeah.
Yeah, he also talked about how, well, he's had a lot of theories on his channel over the time about what he thought the Thaumanova reactor could be, the fractal could be. And it's unfortunate that most of that didn't happen because his ideas were like super awesome, the ideas that he had. And I'll admit that I haven't even gone through Fractals since it's been updated because I just haven't had time. But he said it disappointed him, and he said, but you know what? I'm glad that it wasn't the fight with gods and the fall of Abaddon, because I don't know if it would have been able to be done justice to how awesome of a story that is at the point that it's at. And he also, towards the end, he does a lot where he talks about how they could develop new, like how to put in new zones through the living story, and a way and like a system on how that would work to get players into it. And I got to agree. He said, like, you open up a new zone for the first patch, and then you only get, like, if there's some gimmicky reason why you only can go so far into the map. And then slowly, as the living story rolls out, and through the actual story of why, you get to slowly uncover that map. But that means it'll bring all the players into one space and not divide them up, and you'll slowly progress, and then eventually you get the whole map. Rather than, like, South Sun Cove, they were just like, here's an island. It's there. Whatever. We'll come back to it in a year.
Yeah. I guess, like, with the recent stuff, I'm trying not to spoil too much, but it's difficult without explaining it. But it kind of gave us a reason to, or it helped me at least to understand kind of what Scarlet's motives were, and it made it so she wasn't just like this villain that came out of nowhere. It actually integrated her into previous stuff, which I really liked, because she seemed just kind of like, oh, I'm Scarlet, I'm here, and I'm doing all this bad stuff, blah, blah, blah. And that's not the case now, which is cool. So, I mean, a lot of people have had some really different reactions to it, but I liked where it was going, and it seemed like everyone in our party did too, because like I said, we were all like just completely blown away when we finished that first story mission. So,
well, like I said, I'll have to I'm reserving all of my official judgment till I actually do it. But
yeah.
Either way, I still recommend that you guys watch that video. It's not very long. I think it's only like 20 minutes. When you get a chance, and you know what? I'd actually love to hear what both of you, Bromms and Naveen, next week, if you think you could find a 20-minute section of your day between now and next week to watch that video. I'd really like to talk about it. We'll be talking about Winter's Day, obviously, but if you guys could, I'd really like to get your opinion on what he has to say.
Cool. Yeah, I want to check it out. I meant to, and then I wasn't able to today. But
you don't have to if you don't want to, Naveen.
I'm okay.
Okay. Are you okay?
Yep. Peachy.
Yes.
I don't think anyone's ever said peachy in a not sarcastic tone in my life, anyway.
This is a happy face.
Okay. Hopefully, the package that I sent to you shows up tomorrow. It makes you happy.
Hopefully.
I hope. I don't know. Customs, right? We'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
Well, they make you write, just on a very unrelated side note, they make you write out what you're sending on the customs form.
Yep.
And it's like, I want to try to be vague, so like you look at the customs form and it's not like, oh, this is what's inside the package. But I tried writing like Christmas and birthday presents, and they're like, that doesn't fly. And I was like, oh. So then I had to cross it out and fill out a whole new customs form and then itemize, like, well, I had approximately 3 of this thing, and it's approximately this much weight, and it costs about approximately this much.
Mm-hmm.
It's full of volatile liquids.
Yeah, guns.
Yeah. When I write sending a package to Casey, and it says, like, candy, 6 items, 10 pounds. And then they're like, what? And I'm like, Australia's lame. Whatever, just mail my package. Stop judging me. Freaking 2-pound bags
Australia
of Twizzlers.
is awesome, by the way, Australian listeners. I love
Yes.
you. Lag doesn't, though.
No, I do. I just don't like...
I'm not calling anyone out.
Anyway, guys, let's talk about the preview patch. The only patch we're going to have for this year. The last one.
Sweet.
A very merry Winter's Day.
It is a pretty big patch, though, to be fair.
There's a lot of awesome things happening unrelated to Winter's Day. not to say that Winter's Day itself is not awesome, because it is. But just when you look over it briefly, it's pretty much everything that happened last year is just coming back. Which isn't necessarily a bad thing, because the stuff that came out last year was pretty great. I mean, I had a great time, but that sense of wonder of all those things to do is kind of like a little bit gone, because it's like I have all of the same things to do.
Yeah, it is a lot of the same stuff. We were talking about that a little earlier, and it's a little unfortunate there doesn't seem to be any new holiday events. But on the bright side, I really liked all of the ones for Winter's Day last year, so that's a bonus. But yeah,
Sorry.
that's all. You're good.
Yeah, Naveen, what do you think about the Winter's Day patch?
It's fun and joyful.
Back to you, Lag.
All right. So, again, we'll just kind of go over a couple of the things that are coming out. There is the Winter Wonderland jumping puzzle, which is the same as last year, which is fun, but I don't think it wasn't last year. I doubt it'll be any more challenging than it was. The clock tower still remains the most challenging jumping puzzle, at least the first time around.
Yeah.
But I mean, I know some people that we were running it last year and finished it on the first try. Without, that also caused some in-guild fighting, because certain people finished the jumping puzzle before others.
I feel like they made the winter one to be more accessible to people, which was probably a good idea, because a lot of people struggled with the Halloween one, which was understandable. It was hard, especially like that was back when none of us really knew how to do jumping puzzles.
Yeah.
Some people even make songs about it.
Yeah, exactly. Crazy people do, but
Yeah, you're really fucked up.
Whoa, lady!
I just swore. Now I need to edit and bleep that. F that S.
I mean, I'm okay with it.
What?
I think that is definitely a good analogy of how tonight's show is going. So, all right, so that happened. The bell choir, the Guitar Hero rock band style bell things coming back.
Yes, that was awesome. That was fun. And I'm actually super excited to playing this year because I have my super awesome Nostromos. Oh, I can't even lift it.
Yeah, it's awesome. You can't see it, but it's good. We're good. Things are good.
Pro product placement.
Naveen,
right,
can you even lift? Oh, yeah, I know. Sorry. But anyways, yeah, so it has like keys instead of keyboard, whatever. I'm just excited for it. And this year, I will jump that puzzle on my own. Not have my husband do it for me.
So Bell Choir's coming back. Toypocalypse also coming back, which was the kind of the tower defense type. Defend the presence from the rampaging toys, and you could set up turrets and walls and things.
Yeah.
That was fun. I think I only did that like once though, because there was so much other stuff, and it was very similar to like the once a day different dungeons. So I kind of had enough of going into the Infinirarium. I was done.
I feel like I'm gonna be streaming a lot of that. Because
it's good for streaming.
Yeah. But in Halloween last year, I didn't even stream any of the Inquisition, the Lunatic Inquisition stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And this year, I really got into it, and I was starting to stream and discovering it, and it was super fun. So maybe this year, I'll actually enjoy the toy apocalypse.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, apocalypse of toys aside, there's also the snowball fight making a return.
Your face is
Snowball Mayhem.
fight.
Yes.
You're so white.
I am. This lighting is awful.
It's your Connect. Stupid Connect.
No, it's because my TV is throwing light, and my laptop is throwing light, and my lights are throwing light.
Turn your laptop off. Jesus, motherfucker.
How do you think I read the show notes?
How do I care how you read the show notes?
You are just a grouch.
Yep.
Listen, Hopefully, Naveen's heart will go 3 sizes on Winter's Day, and she'll save Christmas instead of being a jerk.
Naveen is the Grinch that stole the podcast.
I just need some pet loving.
There you go.
We're gonna
cat.
name that cat's name is now Max. You gotta tie a antler to his head.
It's a girl.
Her head. Maxine. Tie an antler to her head.
Why Max?
Because that's the Grinch's dog's name.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Anyway. So the snowball fight's coming back, same as last year. That was fun. They make a point to say the lingering poison from the Toxic Alliance. You may have found a way into the Toxic Alliance's inner sanctum, but this has by no means curtailed their nefarious activities. Keswick's hills and the surrounding countryside are still befouled by the Alliance's evil presence. Which I think also means that that's going to stay around for 6 weeks-ish.
I have a feeling the tower is going to go away, but I think like the scummy kind of air and all of the Alliance guys there, and maybe even the toxic, whatever they're called, overgrowths.
Mm-hmm.
I think those are still going to be around for a while. But
Okay.
yeah,
There's also Toymaker Tick's Toy Box coming back, and you'll be able to get one of the minis from last year. So Ventari, Plush Griffin, Princess Doll, Toy Golem, or Mini Toy Soldier.
that's actually cool because that means we can finish up the collection that we started last year, or at least make a dent
yeah.
in it. Yeah.
I'm hopeful that we'll still get the same materials.
I would imagine they probably would do that.
Yeah.
Because I have all mine
But-
from last time.
Well, we
Nice.
have the same stuff for Halloween, right? So we should
Yeah.
have the same stuff for Winter's Day.
But they did that crappy thing where you had to get like the prestige ones to do like the weapons. We had to put like 1,000 in to get one like supreme cotton or candy corn cob. That's what they were.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Go away, cat!
I could hear the thud of the cat getting pushed off
It's
the
because
table.
for a cat, she doesn't even know how to land. She's a crazy cat. It's a dog.
Let's talk the actual crazy stuff that's coming that's not at all related to Winter's Day.
Yes.
Number 1, Ascended Armor Crafting. So the final piece of the Ascended puzzle, which was we already had the trinkets and all that, we got weapons, and now Ascended Crafting, or Armor Crafting. I wish I had known this was coming, so I could have bought all the materials before they most likely skyrocketed after that was released. So,
Yeah.
that's going to cost you probably, if it's anything like weapon crafting, that's, I don't know, 60 to 200 gold, something like that. Max.
I checked to get,
All
because I'm
three.
at like 460 right now for Huntsman, and to get up to 500, it was going to cost me like 120 gold, I think, to buy all the stuff that I needed. So that was cool. So I'm still
Yeah.
at 460.
Yeah. I want to do that, especially with the new buffs to fractals, being able to have, is that 30 more agony resistance? It's pretty good.
Yeah.
But again, I'm not too hip with the agony stuff, so I haven't really had to worry. I don't really see how much, because I've only ever done low levels past 20, and I have like 15 or 20 agony resistance, so I never
Okay.
really noticed if 30 or 50 or whatever I would have would make a huge dent. I don't know.
I'll have to
That'll
send
also
you. There's
come
a
with-
chart for it. I'll have to send it to you sometime.
Yeah, that would be interesting. I'd like to see that. They also are adding new healing skills to the game. 1 new heal skill per profession.
Warrior is still OP.
Well, what I'm really hopeful for is a Guardian Shout as a heal, because I think that would be awesome, especially if they do things kind of like that. Like Wooden Potatoes mentioned it, but he said like, what if Elementalists get a cantrip that heals, something like that, or a glyph? I think they have a glyph. They have a glyph that heals, but get like a
Yeah.
cantrip that heals, or
Where
something
I know
like that.
Rangers are getting a spirit that you can, like a healing spirit that you put down, and it has a chance to heal on, when people do damage.
Okay, see, like that's
So-
what I mean. Things that
Yeah.
will synergize with existing traits would be
Right.
awesome.
I don't remember what because Tully this morning he listed them all,
Did
and
he? Okay.
yeah, I don't think it was a shout. I think it was a
No.
signet. Well, I'm not sure. I'm not
I,
100%
I,
sure.
I honestly don't know. I didn't know that they put out what they were yet.
Yeah, that's why I said that warrior was still OP because is it a stance? Oh my god, I don't remember because I don't play warrior, right? But all
Right.
incoming damage you get healed from. So the more
So
damage
it's
you
Wow.
like a
get,
paragon.
sword, so
It's like incoming, that little paragon skill. That was crazy OP in the beginning.
right.
That was like beta weekend for Nightfall, where it was like, don't go into PvP or it'll suck because paragons will just gimp everybody's damage. Good times. I remember that. Good times. If you were a paragon. If you weren't, then forget it. But anyway, okay. So I did not know that those were mine this morning.
I've got the Guardian one is a meditation. It's got a 30-second cooldown, and for a brief time, you heal each time you strike an enemy based on a percentage of damage dealt.
Kitty, get the
I mean, that's not the worst,
No, it's not horrible.
but
Yeah, the
Yes.
warrior one is absorb all incoming strikes for a period of time.
Oh, there you go. Dolphy has it on their website.
Yeah.
gotta love. She's great. She's
She's
just so
great.
great. It was also great, unrelated, Charm in her Guild Wars music. She's awesome.
Yeah.
Just gonna throw that out
Even
there.
if she's not replying to my emails, Charm. Come
To
on,
be
man.
fair, she was she moved not that long ago and didn't have internet or
In
anything.
July. Yeah.
In July. Well, whatever. That was right around the time we contacted her, wasn't it?
Yep.
Okay, so maybe we should try again.
Maybe I
I'll
will.
try. So, okay, sorry, moving on. Um, there's also the big balance patch. Again, this will be obviously the last balance patch for this year will be coming. They previewed this back in November, what they thought was going to be changed. And, I mean, obviously that can be tweaked and based on, player feedback and things like that. So, I'll link it in the description, the thread that's on the forums, because I honestly don't remember all the changes that were coming, and there was a lot, and it was all subject to change anyway. So, but be on the lookout. Your class may not be your class anymore.
Yeah, there's some really big changes that are coming through on this balance patch, so
I know there's a lot of engineer changes.
yeah.
So that's good for you Engies out there. But I'm still bitter about my Ranger. It's never going to go away until they make my Panther ridiculous again. Whatever the hell it was, Jaguar. Anyway, the other big thing that I believe is rolling out this time is the PvP updates. Did you guys see anything about the PvP changes, which are crazy?
Yeah, there's some really huge stuff and really good stuff too. Like
Oh yeah.
stuff that people have been asking for a really long time, and they finally broke down and did.
Yeah, they I mean, if you don't know, they recently changed the way the rewards, the glory that you were given from PvP was adjusted. Because a lot of the best ways to get PvP previously was just to constantly cap points and kill players. And they changed that now to, based on fighting and time in the fight and stuff like that. Because, like, bunker builds, for instance, you just sit on a point to defend it, you would get, like, no points. And that guy that just ran around capping and killing enemies would get the most. So, what they are going to be doing, and I think it starts, yeah, here we go, starts on December 10th, so next week. You'll be able to earn gold in PvP as one of your rewards. You can get gold. You'll also be able to spend glory and gold to purchase account-bound tomes of knowledge, which, if you don't know, are the automatic level up items. So you'll be able to spend gold and glory in PvP to just buy level ups. All the Guild Wars 2 Tyrion rare candies you could possibly want. You just get them from PvP. Which is awesome for your alts, or if you're a PvP only person, you want to try World versus World, you want to level up, you just use your PvP to level your alts. Let's see. New skill balances, new heals. They are redoing changing around the achievements as well, new daily achievements, because if you know, there's been the same 4 daily achievements in PvP since the game came out. So that's going to change. I think I froze, didn't I?
No.
Oh no, you guys are just really still. I was like, you weren't, and I was like, and then like I saw Naveen breathe, and I'm like, okay, we're good.
You're alive.
So let's keep moving through this. They're going to rebalance Slayer and Conqueror, which is the winning matches, getting kills to achievements. What that means, I don't know. If they're going to add more tiers, less tiers, consolidate. And then the big, huge drop is there's going to eliminate the difference between PvE and PvP gear, which is huge. And your cat is, yeah.
Is it killing a spider or something?
Anyway, Bromms, did you read about the skins?
A little bit. I know what they're doing is this is something that's not coming out right away because it says in the months that follow. So this is something to look forward to kind of down the road. But from what I understand, they're basically getting rid of PvP exclusive skins, and you're going to be able to use your PvE stuff there.
Yeah, it means that players who have carefully crafted their appearance in one area of the game will have a way to carry that look over to other areas of the game. So it's not just PvE to PvP, it also goes the other way.
Right.
Which is pretty cool, because I have some really awesome PvP skins that I wish I had in PvE. Like the feathers of Dwayna Shortbow, for instance, which is awesome.
The big thing I like with this is that it makes it so, like, think of an example. Like the jetpack, for instance. Let's just say the jetpack. Let's or anything you can only get once, like the Twaddle wings. You had to pick whether you wanted to assign that to a PvE character or a PvP character, but now you can do it on both, which is awesome. So, yeah, I think it's a really good change, especially. I've been trying for a really long time to get armor in PvP that I could use for my ranger because I like how my ranger looks, and then I go into like a PvP event and she just look awful.
Yeah.
So it'll be nice to, not have to deal with that so much. But
and the other side of it too is they did say that PvP skins will not have stats, so or PvP weapons and things will still not have stats. So it looks like those will be used for skins only. So you won't be able to get like awesome exotic, log in and then put an exotic weapon type thing on one of your characters. You can use it for the skins, which is fine because the Mystic Forge and the crafting for PvP.
I think you unhooked your mic or something.
It's coming back. There. Controller died because I didn't use it.
Yay! Nice. It was such a bright idea to stream from there.
It was. You are just the biggest jerk.
It is actually a really bright idea because of all the lights flashing.
Oh!
It is.
Oh!
It is very bright. It is the brightest.
Stupid Xbox.
Stupid Naveen. Being Naveen. Angry at her cat.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Man. Anyway.
Is it time for bed yet?
Almost. Did you hear that about what they're doing to the ranking system, though?
I have not.
They are nuking all of the... There is no more, like, tiers, like bear and deer and rabbit. That's all gone. Forevers.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So people who worked on to get all those ranks, suck it, apparently.
Well, you'll get a title.
That's cool. You'll still get the finishers and stuff, too,
You still have the finisher, but they're getting rid of that in favor of ladders and seasons for PvP. And, I mean, that seems to be... We'll see how that works. This will be the end of the World v. World season, tomorrow?
But...
yeah, I think so.
PvPers are really excited for it. I don't PvP, so my opinion is voided.
But you can use PvP to get gold. now.
And levels.
And level ups for your
Which
alts.
is awesome.
And skins.
Yep.
And dyes. You can always use it to get dyes.
Super exciting.
And happiness.
Well, anyway. If you, just a little disclaimer here, if you do have, if you're like rank 37, say, you will be stuck as if you are rank 30 when this change comes. So push yourself to that next rank, whatever it is, if you're close. So that way you get the extra, because you'll get a special title, you'll get to keep the finisher. I think that's it that you'll get for when it updates. So, oh, and also I forgot. Once that happens, they're getting rid of glory. Glory's not a currency anymore.
Yeah.
It's going to be
is
gold.
awesome. Yep.
Gold in both. So, but that's also kind of weird because if you had a ton of gold in PvE, then that makes you like better in PvP with skin wise, like cosmetically, and all those people that took forever to like get those awesome skins in PvP won't be like cool anymore. They won't be like, look at, I spent all this time to get my Flame Legion or my Ara armor set or my cultural armor set. It's just like you're just as good as anybody that just ran Citadel of Flame a million times.
So, Life Spartan linked something in the chat, and it's a post on the forums from Joss Davis, who's the PvP community coordinator, from an answer to, with the gear unification, we also introduce a system that allows players to set goals. Stop it, phone! For rewards in PvP and work towards them. We are not ready to discuss this system in details yet, as it is still being developed. Oh, I got that word right for once. Developed. But more information will come as we get closer to being able to release the system. And he replied with gold will be the universal currency. But that doesn't mean it's how you will acquire gear. We're not ready to talk about that system quite yet, but rest assured you will need to PvP to acquire PvP rewards.
Cool.
Okay. So that's good. Thank you, Live Spartan, and thank you, Naveen, for that. Because, yeah, they did mention that they're going to be implementing this new system that will allow you to set your own goals, whatever that means. Like, you'll set goals to work towards. Which I like the idea of possibly being able to, like, I want to go for this. And then it lets you do that. And you could do something different than I want to do. But, I don't know. That's that. And I think... we do have a, I put in, oh, okay. Someone updated the question of the week
I
that I had
chose
put
one.
in here.
You asked me to choose one.
I said choose one. And, Naveen chose.
Yes.
And she had some choice words for this as well.
I ain't gonna share those words. I ain't afraid of no ghosts.
But I won't say it. But I will, actually...
Biscuit is in there. Biscuit made an
Yes,
appearance.
Biscuit and Fudge and Biscuit are in this sentence here. But the question of the week...
No.
We have a jingle for that.
Here's your question of the week.
I like the finger there. Do you think Scarlet... Well, obviously, this was before we knew what's going on, but do you think Scarlet should be a part of Winter's Day?
Do you think
At
she
all.
should?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this was also earlier today when I wrote this before we found out that there would be no additional patches.
It's just because your
Before the
PvP
end of
question
the-
was so boring, I chose the Scarlet one.
Wow. I'm done. I wish I had a
We're
mic,
almost done.
like a stage mic. I'd just drop it and walk away.
Drop the mic.
But anyway, yeah, we obviously know that probably won't be the case anymore since there will be no patches. But on the reverse side of that, how cool would it have been if they said Winter's Day is going to stick around for 6 weeks, and then we had like base Winter's Day, which is everything from last year, this week or next week, and then 2 weeks in they updated Winter's Day, and then the last 2 weeks they updated it again, and we got 3 Winter's Day patches. How cool would that be?
There could also be stuff that's going to happen that they didn't preview that's in the
true.
patch, but we just don't know
Yeah.
about. So it's still a fair question. I guess.
Okay, so
Yeah.
either way, do you think Scarlet should in any way be involved with Winter's Day? Hosts at chroniclesoftyria.com, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. Maybe not YouTube because Gmail or Google Plus is stupid because they're linked together. If you don't know, if you've been living under a rock, it's almost impossible to find comments. I hate it. How do you feel about it, Naveen?
I wasn't listening.
Good.
Sorry, I'm honest. I'm sorry. Like this episode, I am extremely sorry. Not just because I'm Canadian, but I'm like not there. I'm sorry. I'm just
All right,
here
so
to,
with
to
that,
host it.
thank you everyone who stuck with us through whatever this show was.
It was
Episode
awesome.
number 74.
I
Hey
hate
guys, guess what? Next week is number 75.
Hey, wow.
that. Usually
is-
comes after 74. Lag. Thanks.
Yeah, 75 is kind of a big number.
It is.
20,
It's
like
like
25 and 50, 75
it's like 3/4 of a.
of
Well, I was
100.
gonna say a year, but 100. Yeah, it's not really a year at all. This is why I don't do math.
Mhm. All right. So, with all of the snarkiness that's been happening all episode, this has been episode 74. I'm Lagwyn.
I am Bromms.
And I'm Naveen.
And hopefully we'll be nicer next week.
The fuck.
What does it get cold for?